Switch gears. Despite New York Governor Kathy Hochul's mask or vaccine indoor mandate, masks will not be required to enter at least one New York gym, despite what the governor has to say.
Right. It's the World Gym of Greece, which is in Rochester, New York. The owners say they're not afraid to fight the mask rule as they refuse to be, quote, controlled by another restriction that could hurt their business.
Yeah, it's only been 2 years. Just take your time in lifting it. World Gym of Greece co-owner Ron and Michelle Sember join us, and Tim Doherty join us. Welcome. So your reaction, first off, how did your members handle it? We'll start with you, Tim. How did the members handle it when the mask mandates first came down? First they shut you down, and then the mask mandate started. How did they react?
Well, we had a ton of pushback, and people don't like to exercise in masks. I mean, exercise is hard enough, and to make somebody mask up to run or lift, it's ridiculous. And there was a lot of pushback. We had some people that the real avid people that pushed through it, but a lot of people didn't.
Michelle, are you seeing more people enrolling because they want to find a gym where they don't have to wear a mask?
Yes, absolutely. Our membership has increased dramatically. We probably get 5 signups to every one cancel because of the mask mandate. They don't agree with us not allowing it, but we have increased our membership.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Ron, we see one guy was on the treadmill behind you for a moment. We know that ever since the pandemic struck, business has not been great, and I know you've struggled financially. But what about the threat of a $1,000 fine by flying in the face of what the governor wants you to do?
When you come right down to it, back in March of 2020, it was supposed to be a 2-week shutdown to slow down the spread. And that turned into a 7-month close down, which in turn has completely ruined our business, never to return to pre-pandemic status.
What about the fine?
So, it's hard. The fine is irrelevant at this point. They've already destroyed our businesses.
I mean, you can't get blood from a stone.
So, Tim, you realize...
my question is this. Hey, have you guys researched, has the governor actually signed the mandate, or is it just propaganda being fed to us? Has the mandate been signed?
Who knows?
I think the details are still being worked out.
You know what she's trying to do? She's trying to out-liberal the mayor, who said something the day before. Meanwhile, you're in the eye of the storm. Right. Tim, I know a couple of gym owners that have said that there's about 1/3 of their membership that wants you to mask, and 2/3 don't. So it's created an unbelievable tension on the floor with people saying, put your mask on. I'm not putting it on. And next thing you know, you see clashes on the floor.
Actually, we've had none of that. The people who are opposed to us not enforcing the mandate, they're just not going to come. And that's fine.
They're quitting?
But the people, we've had a couple, not a ton, but you know what? Wear your mask, don't wear your mask. That's up to you. It's a personal choice, and that's what we're about. We're allowing people to make their personal choice.
Yeah. I mean, Michelle, what they're doing is saying you can't participate in life unless you do what we tell you, and you have to have this vaccine. And now in New York, as you know, your kids have to be vaxxed. In the city, you can't even go anywhere with your kids unless they're vaccinated. So they're forcing us, they're pushing us to make decisions about the vaccine so that we can have a normal life again. How do you feel about that?
Right. I pulled my kids from school a long time ago because I do not agree with them forcing anything on my child, let alone a vaccine or a mask. I just keep saying to people, your compliance is giving your approval. If you don't like these mandates or laws, do not comply, because every time you put that mask on, you're giving your approval.
The CDC has stated that children have a 0% chance of death from this virus, but yet they have to wear masks for 7 hours in school. That's complete tyranny.
Right, and the best thing you could do is to get in shape. Most of the 80% or higher of the amount of people that suffer serious legging effects or die are in terrible shape. You should be the savior.
Obese,
Absolutely.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Ron and Michelle
our
and Tim.
business should be thriving right now.
It should be.
Yeah.
We thank you all for joining us live to tell us your story. Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys.
You're welcome. We wish you all the best.
Shout out to these gym owners at Gold's Gym. Did you guys hear that? That was a beautiful, beautiful interview, and they were able to drop the truth bombs in there. We're gonna run that one part back again. That was so beautiful. Shout out to Tim, Rod, and Michelle. Shout out to them. Rochester is really standing up to this tyranny. It's so beautiful to see. And it's even more beautiful to see them on mainstream media dropping truth bombs. Yeah, he tried to steer away from the question a little bit, but shout out to him for slipping that in there. That was just a beautiful job. And we really are, I mean, I do a lot of things around this entire country, and Rochester, New York is really showing a great stand against tyranny, a great stand against this governor here in New York State with these mandates. Erie County is going crazy in Buffalo with these mandates and arresting people. You know, down in New York City, they're doing it. But Rochester has been unbelievable energy here, an unbelievable presence. And you know what? It's due to us all coming together, all walks of life, all over. We have a huge presence here, and it really is showing, man. So peace and love. Shout out to them. Love you guys. I had to make this video. Share it, spread it. But this is beautiful. Peace and love.
So you can't get blood from a stone.
So Tim, you realize,
you know, my question is this. Hey, have you guys researched, has the governor actually signed the mandate, or is it just propaganda being fed to us? Has the mandate been signed?
Who knows?
I think the details are still being worked
You know
out.
what she's trying to do? She's trying to out-liberal
Yeah.
the mayor who said something the day before. Meanwhile, you're in the eye of the storm.
Right.
Tim,